We're here at one of my properties, and I want to tell you that even if the market's going on a correction, you still have the ability of making money. I want to talk to you about how we're turning a property that we bought for $205,000 to a $1,005,000. I want to talk to you about this property that's here. Stay tuned. Stay to the end of the video. I'm going to tell you why it doesn't matter if you're in a correction or if the market's high or low. You can still make money on real estate. And that's just a big mistake that the people have, saying that, well, if it's in a correction, I'm not going to invest. Or if it's going up, I'm not going to invest. You're going to have problems either way. If the market's going down, you're going to have problems. And if the market's going up, you're going to have problems to invest. Because if it's going down, you're going to pay less money, and then you're going to try to make the most amount of money if the market's going down. So I want to talk to you on what we do, and I want to put this house, I want to talk about this house so you know what we did here, and I want to talk about the other property that we're going to walk. So on this house right here, we bought the lot for $35,000. What we did is we talked to a realtor to give us comp. We comped the area, how many houses have sold for how much. And then we end up going to our architect or engineer and say, hey, we want to build a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom where we can comp it like this. And we talked about the materials that we were going to use in order to maximize the amount of money that you were going to make. Profit in return, money on money. You always want to have that in mind. Also, we end up making a full scope of work and having a 10% buffer, which we did hit or buffer. That's we never want to do that, but we did in this house. So one of the features that we end up having in this house was that this house we tried to do as an open layout as we could with a narrow lot, and to achieve that, it was a little hard because we only had a certain amount of square footage that we can use, and we had to go through the town, we have to go through zoning, we have to meet certain setbacks, but you're still able to do it. So now I'm going to explain to you how we're making over $100,000 in profit on this property. This property here that I am at right now, when we bought it, just was a parking lot that one of my partners bought off the township, and we had to go through zoning and variances to be able to build it. It took about I would say 15 months to get it done, but overall we got it. And at the time that we end up putting all the money in to do the variances and everything that we needed to do, we end up actually building a house. And the house cost us $236,292.35. Right now we have this house under contract for $379,500. So it came asking. And everybody would say, well, I'm going to wait to invest, or I'm going to wait to buy the house, or I'm going to wait for interest rates to be lower. I want to talk to you that you really don't need interest rates to be lower or wait to buy your first investment. You can buy your first investment with hard money. And hard money cares less about your credit and cares less about how you're going to structure this deal. This is not a regular bank. Thankfully, we did this house cash, which the cost is lower when you're holding this property. But if you're trying to get into investment and you're trying to do it for the first time, maybe you could use hard money, and it will give you the ability to do so, to do your first investment. And I'm going to tell you why doing it this way, it really matters. If you use hard money does not look at your credit, or they don't even look of what you're trying to do. What they do, what they analyze is the market. They analyze the house and what's going to be the cash on cash return to actually make sure that their investment is correct. So I am telling you right now that it doesn't really matter if you're on a correction, on a market that's going up, or on a market that's going down. I want to talk to you a little more about the other property that we got and that we're making a phenomenal amount of money. I want to tell you what we did to increase the ARV over there. Because over here, what we didn't increase the ARV, we increased the value of the land by putting the house here, which for Ed, it gave us a better cash on return. That's what we did.
So right now we're on our way to the property that I just said that I bought for $205,000, and that we're gonna sell for $1,005,000, and I want to be exact on that. And my argument with this is that a lot of people get scared when they're going to be doing a investment, because they think, oh, the market's in a correction, or the market is going down, or the market's going up. I don't think it matters where the market goes, as long as you purchase right. And if you actually try to get your numbers tight as much as you can, I'm going to explain to you how we got our numbers tight. Some of the tactics that we use, whether the market's going on a correction or it's going up or down, is that we learn to purchase our material right as well. And let me tell you a little secret. The way that you buy your materials right is you have to open a commercial account on the big box store, whether it's Lowe's or Home Depot. We use Lowe's because Lowe's give us better discounts when we buy bulk, better than Home Depot. And one of the key factors that you want to put in that is that you want to open a line of credit. We open a line of credit with Lowe's that runs on 60 days payment terms. And why would you want to do 60-day payment terms? If you and your line of credit end up doing the rehab, if it's like rehab, on 60 days, you did it with their money. So that means that you didn't affect any of your cash flow. And once we were able to get a 60-day payment term with Lowe's, a lot of things in your company changed. Also, we make a material list of everything that we're going to need: doors, floors, tile, vanities, and other things that matter. We try to get 90 to 95% of the materials. You will never get 100%, but you can get close. And then why that matters: when you buy a bulk, they give you a 5% discount. It comes up like to 25% in some instances, and it depends on how much you buy. Also, if you're buying the house with hard money, what happens is that your hard money has a certain interest rate. For me, it's 9.5% a year. So it's 12 months. Some units in some houses I do cash, and some of them I do with hard money. It depends how many properties we have. But hard money will charge, the interest would increase as you ask for more draws. So if you have a 60-day payment term with one big box store, what happens is you don't have to tap into the hard money for 60 more days. So you don't have to go for any inspections for them to reimburse the money that you're utilizing. So now you're at 0% interest with a box store for 60 days. If you go past the 60 days, then you're paying interest on it. But then what you do is you accelerate your construction and you try to do as much as you can in those 60 days. And then when you're getting ready to pay that credit line, what you do is you go for your inspection, and then you pay the credit line with the hard money, and then you're able to get the rest of the materials that you missed on your first go. that will actually save you a lot of money, because let's say you go on 90 days to finish the house. So if you go on 90 days to finish the house, and the first thing that you did was demo and everything else, and you don't call for that inspection to get a drone, you can also use all the money that you have at one of the big box stores. All of them give you 60-day terms. If you actually do a lot of business, they will give you 60-day terms. So what you want to do is finish your house with their money, paid your sub with your money, so you're utilizing as little as possible of your money, and then call to list the house when you're getting ready to list it, or while you're listed, and then you pay your credit line. That's how we do it. So once I get to the other location, I am actually going to tell you what did we do to maximize our ARV and B, and go from $205,000 to $1,005,000.
So I'm right here at the property that I said that we bought for $205,000 that we're going to sell for $1,005,000. So we bought that property here for 40 grand. This one for, I believe, was 50 or 60,000, and this one for the rest, I think 90,000. That one, the one that's a rehab, which is this, only got water damage in the basement. This one was the roof caught on fire, and then that one, it was fully engulfed in flames. So when we analyze this deal, like I said before, we go and we try to see, okay, based on what we got here, what exactly we need to make our money. So this one here, it's a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bathrooms, and this one is also a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, and this one right here is a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom. So what we did was we went out of to get a comp, because right here we don't got new condos or new townhouses comps. So we got out, we went a little further out, we saw what it was selling for, and that's how we came up with the number. Also, we're going to sell each one of these houses for $335,000 around that price. So that's how we came up with our number. You make your money 100% when you buy, not when you're selling. If you buy high, how would you want to be able to make your money? If you can. If the market tries to make a correction when you bought high, you're screwed. So you need to buy right. But that doesn't mean that you need to be getting your feet cold every time you're going to do a deal, because you don't know what it is. Just do your homework. Make sure that you have what it takes to be able to rehab each one of the properties that you're going into, and that you're buying for the price that you should buy. That is going to make you the most amount of money. Something else that I want to touch base on. Do you need a bunch of money to do a deal like this? No, you don't. This one we bought with hard money. So with this deal, you don't need a lot of money to be able to buy this deal and do it cash. You don't need to do it cash, and you don't need a whole lot of money. I could do a whole separate video on how we came up with the numbers, which lenders we used to buy this deal, and what was our percentage of down payment for each one of them. Because since each structure, it has a different deed, you need to be able to do a down payment individually. I'll give you a small rundown right now. So for this one, right here, it's a rehab, we did 10%. For this one, we did 10%. For that one, we did 30% down payment. But that one was $40,000. So you make the math on how much money we put down. Then we can, on the next video, if you guys ask me to, I will run down, or I can actually have a meeting with the lender itself where he can explain to you guys how they come up with the fees and what's the benefit of doing business with them. Now, I'm going to show you in the actual house what we're doing for this house to be desirable. Because just because you have you bought it right, that doesn't mean you're going to sell it. So right here in this house, we have an open layout. So when you come in, you can see all the way to the back where the kitchen is. And you can also see the front of the house. When you go up to the second floor, we have what before used to be the master, which is this one here, which is still the master. But right here, one of the problems that we have is this is too small. The bathroom is too small. So you have to be thinking on this all the time. This is the bathroom right here. This is going to be the hallway bathroom, which is bigger than the master. So a lot of people don't like that. Then you have laundry room. You have bedroom 1, bedroom 2. So what do we do to make this property a little more desirable? In the third floor of the property, we actually made a second master with a bigger closet and a bigger bathroom to make it a little more marketable, so we can actually appeal to more people. So right here, this property, this bedroom up here, you can see that it's way larger than the other ones. We have the bathroom here, where you see this 2x4 right there. That's going to be the tub. Vanity, toilet right here. Then this is the walk-in closet. We had to put a window because outside you need to look exactly like the other units. Inside you can change it. What I'm trying to say to you guys, it doesn't matter where the market's going. If it's going up, it's going well for you if you bought right. And if it's going down, it's going well for you if you bought right. Either way, it doesn't matter where the market's going. As long as you bought right and you have the ability to get people, they have the skills to do the rehab or to do the new build that you need to do, you will be okay. Also, it's very important that you get with the right people that lend you the money. Or if you could do it cash, that's even better. Because if you do it with your cash, you can pay yourself interest rates. And you can do it all in one sum at the end. And you can still write it off. It's a no-brainer. This unit down here, we are actually doing exactly like the first unit that we're just doing the rehab. We're doing several levels, and we have the guys working on that right now. And we are doing an open layout for that unit as well. It's super important that you guys understand that getting the deal is just the first part. That making the deal profitable is the major part. So, like I was saying before, you don't need credit to buy any of these properties. You can actually do it with very little money down. You still need some money. And if this video does well, and you guys ask me to, I will put out a video with one of the lenders that I have done the most amount of deals. And I will have him explain to you guys why you don't need credit, why they're willing to lend to you, why they will lend on any specific deal, what they look for in order to give you guys a loan. Also, for every deal is different, and for every person is different because you don't have the experience I have. So again, this is Fernando with H&G, Faith Over Fear, and I'll see you in the next one.